YouTube? It's your boy, Sean Matrai, here with the next YouTube video, Vendread. Yeah, Vendread is a deck, what is this up here? That is pretty good. It does have some clear weaknesses, but I think overall I just have to optimize a little bit more and then we can perfect it. Did have a little bit of a loss streak. That was due to some unluckiness, but of late we've been starting to win. However, this deck can really pop off, and I want to show you some combos that you can do and talk about the deck profile and go over some things. Also, I have a brand new Salamangreat video coming out. It's going to discuss to you all the combos. That will be out, what is today, Friday? So probably over the weekend. Alright, with that being said, let's go over things. Alright, Vendread Slayer is a level 6 Dark Zombie. This is the main ritual monster. You want 3 of this. You have to have 3 of this because this allows you to combo up big time. So what Slayer does is you can ritual summon this with any Vendread ritual spell. We'll go over them. And we'll go over ritual summoning as a whole, because that's really a concept that's not discussed much in dueling, so I don't think at all, honestly. But, so what Slayer does is that its on-field effect is not as important as its graveyard effect. Its graveyard effect is more relevant, but its on-field effect is once per battle. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish a zombie monster in your graveyard. This gains 300 attack. The main thing about this is that you can abuse this with something like Vendread Knights. We'll go over that. How you can attack multiple monsters and really start to clear your opponent's field. It's a lot easier. But the second effect is very important. If this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can send a Vendread monster from your deck to your grave and add a Vendread ritual spell from your deck to your hand. And that's really, really good because you're going to see in link combos that you're going to use this with Anima. And you're going to also use this to search out, to get your Houndlord set up, to search out your Origin, which gives you protection like Machine Angel Ritual, or like your Balanx, Origins like your Balanx. So we'll go over that. Next, we're running 2 copies of Executor. This is a rare. You want to play like 2 because this really can allow you to lock your opponent. So basically, you can ritual summon this with any ritual spell. This card becomes Slayer while in the field, and that's very important. Battlelord does not get the protection from Origin because it's not Revenge, it's Slayer. That's very important. Also, your opponent cannot target cards with effects, except this one. If this ritual summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, while in the owner's monster zone, you can add a Vendread card from your deck to your hand. So, if they destroy it by battle or card effect, add any Vendread. That could be Knights, any of your ritual spells, or any of your ritual monsters, as well as Revenants, Anima, or Houndlord. Next is Vendread Battlelord. You do not have to play this. I'm running one of it. I may cut it because it really hasn't come up at all. Too much at all. Battlelord is basically, if you've ever played in TCG and you know what Shockmaster is, you'll get a good idea of what this does. So, on the field, you can banish 1 Vendread card from your graveyard to declare a type of card, monster, spell, or trap. And then for the rest of the turn, that type of card cannot be activated. So, if you declare a trap, and this does get kind of good when you use it with Houndlord, because if you declare a trap, then they kind of have to use the back row. Or even before they do it, then they kind of have to use the back row to stop it, and then you can chain your other back row and start blowing out, like if they do a set 3 or something like that. That can be very effective. So yeah, definitely want to play Battlelord. Battlelord is quite good, I would say. I mean, not definitely. You don't have to play this. Sometimes, you know, I mean, you don't have to play this, but it's optional. It can be good in certain situations. You can also turn off hand traps like Korribane and stuff like that. You can declare monsters and do that. Overall, it doesn't have too much application in the meta. I think as of right now, but it's still solid nonetheless. It's still a solid card. It's another name at that. Next, we're playing 3 Manju. You want to run 3. This helps with the consistency a bunch. And it's also really crucial because it helps out with the link combos in the deck. So, if you do not know what Mandrew does, is on summon, you get to add any ritual monster or ritual spell for your deck to your hand. It's really good because it helps add what you don't have. So you're not locked, like if you would have run Senju or Sonic Bird in a situation where you say, well, I can only have one or the other, this adds both. Mandrew is fantastic for ritual decks, so we play 3. On top of that, we're running each of 1 Revenants, 1 Houndhorn, 1 Anima. So what Revenants does is Revenants allows you to get their effects, you need to listen to me, you have to tribute them while on the field. So for Revenants and Houndhorn, they must be tributed while they're on the field. So Revenants, when tributed while on the field, can activate it, make a ritual monster gain this effect. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent, special summon monster your opponent controls, banish it. So immediately, that is really good against things like Sunlight Wolf. It's really good against things like Goki, Thunder Ogre. That's very good against that. So obviously, just a really good card in the meta. You can banish Mech Knights as well. So obviously, really, really good. Keep in mind it targets, so if you target purple, they'll banish it. But, you know, it's still reasonably decent. It's still reasonably good at that. Very good at that. At what it does there. But again, remember, this does not come up a ton because you need to tribute it on the field, not in the hand. So it makes it kind of harder to resolve. Next, we have Vendread Houndhorn. Oh, also, Revenant has one more effect, that if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can resummon it, but it banishes itself when it leaves the field. Now again, this comes up less because most of the time you normal summon Manju over Revenants. But it can come up, and you can use Knights to search it, so if you do have the opportunity to make that play, you can. Houndhorn's a lot easier to do. So Houndhorn has the secondary ability in the graveyard, you can discard a Vendread to summon it. So it's easy in combo to dump this off something like your Slayer. Now what Houndhorn does is that when this card is tributed for a ritual summon, quick effect once per turn, banish the spell or trap on the field. So this is really good to just make turn 1, then you can deal with your opponent's back row. If you go up against Rockets, you can banish the Boot Sector Launch. You go up against DDD, you can banish the Dark Contract. So it's got really good applications there. Not the strongest against Goki because it's not a lot of spells. I mean, it's not bad. If they set their back, the thing is you can force a Master Ogre to negate, but actually no, Master Ogre can't negate. It targets. Never mind. So if you have Cage out in the field, you can still banish the back row after the set it. So it could be good nonetheless. You can banish the back row in the deck. And in Salad, you can banish Sanctuary. So if you go turn 1 with this, and I'm going to teach you how to do that, you can set up Sanctuary really well in that effect. So that's really, really good. Banish the Sanctuary and banish Gate, banish with Sector Launch, a lot of good things. You can banish off that. Next, we have Vendread Anima. Anima's really good because you banish it from the grave, target a Vendread, and you banish the zone, special summon it. Keep in mind, if you want to special summon a ritual monster, it must be ritual summoned properly first. So you have to successfully ritual summon the monster, and then do it. But that's really easy to do, because once we do that, we link it off, and then we can use Anima, which is a lot faster to get another body on the field. And we'll talk about our skill, Master Rights 2, which is really good with the stack. Next, we play 3 each of the ritual spell, and I'm going to teach you what they do. Vendreads have the unique ability that they can ritual summon themselves from the graveyard. So, being able to discard your cards in hand for free advantage is really good. Being able to dump cards off from Slayer or Battlelord is also really good. Oh, I didn't discuss about Battlelord's second effect. Battlelord also has the effect that when it's sent to the graveyard, it's a ritual summon card is sent to the grave, you get to add a Vendread monster from your deck to your hand. I believe it's only a ritual monster. Let me double check that. Yeah, you could add one Vendread ritual monster from your deck to your hand and then send one to the grave. So if you link these guys off, then you have the ability to set up your Anima in the grave, as well as also, because, well, when you link them off, and then you banish them. I'll talk about that. I know I get a little bit off track, but when you lick them up and you banish them, then you set up your anima, and it also sets up your ritual spells to summon them from the graveyard. So we're going to talk about it. First is Origin. It's an SR, and you want 3 of it. So what Vendread Origin does is you can ritual summon this using any Vendread ritual monster from in your graveyard. You can also tribute monsters from your field or banish zombie monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you're trying to summon. So the main thing with ritual summoning is you gotta look for these keys: equal or exceed, and also this banishes from the graveyard and can ritual summon from the graveyard. So there's 3 really good things in there. It's very easy to, in mid combo, just to banish your stuff from the grave, bring out a big dude like Executor. Also, to be able to special summon your rituals from the graveyard is also a really good application. Also, 4th effect in graveyard, if your Vendread ritual monster would be destroyed, you can banish this card instead. So really good protection on it, like a Machine Angel ritual, Salamander, Phalanx. Except it's not once per turn like Phalanx is. So you can protect your board against like Dark Hole and stuff like that. Next is Vendread Evolution. This is a ritual spell that is very powerful. If you think of advanced ritual art, it's like that. So you can ritual summon a Vendread ritual monster from either your hand or your graveyard by sending monsters from your deck to the graveyard equal to the amount of your ritual. So this has to be equal. It cannot be exceeding. It has to be equal. So you can dump a Slayer to summon a Slayer, and that's very good because that sets up free materia in the graveyard, and it's going to allow you a lot more consistently to search Origin turn 1, and that's going to set up your really good combos. So that's something you want to do. So that's really, really good. However, the ritual monster that you summon is destroyed during the next end phase. You're not going to be doing that. That's not going to happen. Also, one other note, because you're going to link it off first. If it did get to that point, ever, then you still get the search after it dies in their end phase. The other thing that's very important, too, is that evolution, being able to send... I went over that kind of, but... yeah, so that's really good in that de facto. So that's something you want to be able to do with Slayer, and that's what you're mainly going to combo with it. Evolution. Very, very good. 3 of this, and definitely 3 of Origin. Next, we are playing 2 copies of Vendread Knights. Vendread Knights is a really good card. It's a field spell, and it has 2 effects. Discard this card, and 1 Vendread monster from your hand. That can be any rituals, or Houndhorde, Anima, or Revenants. You can also, second effect, when it destroys a Vendread ritual monster, destroys a monster in battle, banish 1 zombie monster from your graveyard, and it can attack again. And that is not a once per turn. So it can turn all your Vendreads into kind of like Blackluster Soldiers, where it can just keep swinging. So very, very good. Definitely want to play 2 of this. On top of that, we're running an extra deck. This is not yet fully optimized, but I want to go over some key ones. We are playing Vendread Savior. So this is the brand new card that just came out of the new mini box, Lord of the Boral. Takes 2 zombie monsters and becomes Slayer while it's on the field. Once per turn, you can use each of the following effects. You can target a Vendread card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So this can add back your ritual monsters or ritual spells. You're generally adding back your ritual spells though. You can also add back Revenants too, so that's also important. During damage calculation, it disbattles the opponent's monster. You can send a zombie type monster from your deck to the grave. That opponent's monster loses attack equal to the level sent times 200 until the end of the turn. So you can even reduce their monster and swing over with something else. So this could dump out something like, think of your Executor, and since it's 200 times the level, it will lose 1600 attack. So this can get over anything with 3000 or less. A really good 3200 will just crash. So very, very good. It can also make your big boys get over things that are bigger than it. So really good. We also run Cerebus, Phoenix, Good Nightmare Package, Mermaid, so we don't get Ibly locked, Puzzle Amino, this card is very good in comboing because when you summon out your Vendread ritual monsters, or specifically Hound Horde, you could change the level and make it so that way you can use it for material a lot easier. Nightmare Unicorn, Topologic, because then we could summon like our Anima and our Hound Horde from the graveyard or whatever, banished, and then be able to blow up the main monster zone, and one Warlord Savage. Alright, that being said, we're going to go over some replays. I'm going to mute the sound here, and you might ask why I'm going to do that. Well, the reason why I'm doing it is because that way you only hear me, and I want you to hear me when I go over applications and replays, alright? Because I know a lot of people ask for the narration, so I am going to do that for you guys. Let's go over these 3 replays. Alright, so this'll illustrate the combos, so I'm gonna, well, maybe I'll put a little sound in it, because now it's a little bit awkward. So I'll play the volume a little bit low here. So once it gives me the option to do so, I will do that. Alright, so Master Rights 2, I didn't discuss about the skill. So what the skill does, if anyone doesn't know, is that Master Rights 2 at the start of your turn will place a Ritual Cage from outside the deck onto your field. So if you don't know what Ritual Cage does, is it makes all your monsters untargetable and cannot be destroyed by monster effects. So that means cards like Nightmare Unicorn cannot target it. Cards like Security Dragon, that cannot target you. Mech Knight Red Moon cannot target you. There's quite a few things, the Photon Package, etc. So, good. So we play Ritual Cage, and we cannot be targeted or destroyed by monster effects. Also, we take no battle damage involving ritual monsters. So, quite good. Alright, so we're going to activate Knights, discarding the Hound Horde to search Slayer. Now we're going to normal summon Manju, and this is very important. This is your little combo here. You're going to search your Evolution. Now, keep in mind we have Anima in hand, and this is going to be really good with Hound Horde. So we're going to go ahead and summon Slayer, and then we're going to link these 2 off to summon Puzzle Amino. We're going to trigger Vendread Slayer. This is going to search Origin, dumping Executor. Then we're going to activate Hound Horde, summoning itself. Activate Puzzle Amino to change it to a bigger level, 5. Then we're going to go ahead and sacrifice that and banish our Slayer so we can summon it off Anima. And we're going to bring out the boy, Vendread Executor. Then we trigger Anima, since it's banished. Make sure you banish the one that was probably summoned. It will not have a negation icon next to it. Don't banish that one. Banish the one that has a little grave icon next to it. That shows it was properly summoned. Alright, so now we end the board. This is our end board. Puzzle Amino, Executor, and Slayer. Now keep in mind, the Executor that we summoned from the graveyard has the ability of, as I said, Hound Horde. And Hound Horde gives you that effect that once per turn, quick effect banishes spell or trap. So if he runs Clock Tower and activates Clock Tower, we can banish it before he gets to search MST. Also, with Executor on the field, he cannot target any of our other cards. So he can't MST our Ritual Cage if he wanted to get around that. So we protect the Ritual Cage as well. Slayer can also banish a zombie monster in the grave. We do have our Slayer to boost it up by 300. And if he were to go into multiple monsters, we could use the effect of Knights to swing over multiple different things. So there's a lot going on. And we also have the protection of Origin. So he's going to go Blaze Man, searching the Poly. And that's going to allow him to fusion summon into Sunrise. He did not open the liquid. Now keep in mind, Sunrise cannot target any of our monsters. Or Cage for that matter. Well, he can target Puzzle Amino, but he cannot target any of the rituals. Because we are protected by Cage on any of our monsters. And Executors protecting all of our cards. Actually, as a matter of fact, he cannot target Puzzle Amino either, because Executor's protecting that. So everything's protected from Sunrise Pop. So he's going to go into double Sunrise. Attack. Cannot pop anything. He would have to pop himself. And he just scoops into submission. And we have follow-up with another Executor in the end, and we can link summon the next turn. very, very good. That's what you need to know. Also, we will have a Medolce combo video coming out, so if you're trying to play Medolce, I got you. Alright, next. Here comes a replay against Salamangreat. Alright, so we have a crazy hand again. He's going to go Foxy. I'm going to speed this up. Foxy's going to go ahead and add the Jaguar. With that, he's going to go Circle, adding the Gazelle. Link off in the Phalanx. Going Gazelle, dump the Jaguar into the grave. Go ahead and relink into the to the second wall. Add back the Circle after the relink. Add back the Gazelle, and now it is our turn. So we are going to go ahead and activate Vendread Knights. Now, I'm going to pause this for a second. We know this is Circle set, but we're going to try to force it early, just in case he has no idea what we do. So we're going to go ahead and activate this. How do we know that's Circle set? Because he added it to his hand off a Wolf, and that's the only thing he can add it, so that's obviously a Circle. So we're going to go Manju, searching Origin, since we already have Evolution. We're going to go ahead and dump a Slayer to summon a Slayer. Remember, same exact level. We're going to link off into Nightmare Phoenix. This is what I mean about forcing the back row. Discarding the extra copy of Knights. Now, he doesn't know. He's scared of Revenant, so he's going to go ahead and protect himself. But that's not going to matter. We're going to go Origin. Banish that second copy of Slayer. Summon it. Trigger Anima to revive Slayer. Now, the very important thing you need to know, too, is that you only trigger the Vendread effects to search off their Ritual Summon if they are Ritual Summoned on the field. That means that if you summon it off Anima, and that monster goes back to the grave, you are not going to get to search, because that wasn't Ritual Summoned. Now we're going to swing over Phalanx, trigger the Knights effect I was talking about. Remember that? Remember I said if we destroy a monster in battle, we can banish? We swing over Jaguar, we're going to put all the pressure in the world. We're going to say, you better OTK us. Now, what's very important is Foxy can get around something like Executor, because Foxy does not target. It just pops. Now he's going to go ahead and summon the Jaguar. Use Falco to bounce back the Foxy. Going to make Malevolent Sin. Banish our Phoenix. Go Jaguar, summon off Phalanx's Link Zone. Security bounce. And goes into Ning, but that's not enough. He has no more extenders. And he bounced the wrong one, so now I'm going to get a search. And that is game. So you can kind of see what we're doing here. How Vendread kind of popped off. The weakness to the deck, I would say, is that there's not a lot of disruption going on your opponent's turn initially, so they can kind of do what they want in a sense. That's kind of where this deck weakness is a bit, but overall, this deck's still very good. Alright, we're going to go Evolution again. We're going to summon out the Slayer. This is the duel we use Anima in. We're going to activate Origin, banish, to tribute. Okay, so we don't link here. This is very important. This is the old combo. Since we don't have a link combo, what we're going to do is we're going to search Origin. Well, no, we're going to open Origin. We are going to search Origin, but since we opened Origin and Evolution, and we do not have a combo to link off with, we're going to use that Origin that we opened to tribute the Slayer that's on the field. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and search another Origin, dumping Houndlord. Houndlord will discard Battlelord, and we are going to Origin again. We're going to summon Battlelord. And, because we did, we are going to be able to bring out Battlelord with the protection of with the effect of our Houndlord. Now, we're going to activate Houndlord's quick effect being attached to banish a spell or trap on the field. Since the continuous spell assembly can't resolve, then he's blocked. Now we're going to use Battlelord, we're going to declare trap, and we're going to force him here. Now we are going to link these two off and summon brand new link monster, Vendread Savior. So what this will attempt to do is it will add us a Vendread card from our graveyard to our hand, if we can resolve the effect. Dumping Anima to resummon, and dumping another Executor of Battlelord. So we trigger both effects. Savior goes ahead and adds back the Origin. We're going to summon the Slayer back off Anima, activate, and we were about to summon 3 ritual monsters. He's done. Capiche, Capuche, Skaluch, get out of here. He is toast and finished. So you can see this deck pops off. Very, very good. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see me play the new main box decks live to COG, I just did Salad to test for like Casey Cup purposes. So next are the main box decks. We are doing Rockets today. I plan to start stream around 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard. Be there. I am going to do probably like the progression first with my fellow brother of mine, IcyGamerz. So make sure you follow him, Duelist Unlocked. I will leave his channel in the description below. But if you want to see Rockets today, make sure you follow me on Twitch. We're doing Rockets, that we are going to do Medolce. I also do a ton of Master Duel content. We are going to play Sprite when they come out. We're going to do streams with that. We have a ton of content coming. So if you do not want to miss this content, we might even do some Vendread Climb on stream too. So make sure you follow me on twitch.tv/Sean Matrai. Until next time, it's your boy, Sean Matrai, signing out. Oh, also, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.